Yo, 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 yo. Are we live? Are we live? Sign into chat. I've already signed in. You got to give me a break here, dude. Come on. Okay, let's type in this password again. So, sorry about that. Let me sign in. Hello, 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 my people. It's your boy Nick, HOUTX Trader, coming from Houston, Texas. Guys, another Bitcoin trade in the bag, okay? Look, before we start, let's take care of some housekeeping. This is for training only. This is not financial advice. If you need financial advice, please go see a financial planner. This is just for entertainment, just for training. Me, your boy, Nick, stays at home and works and smashes Bitcoin trades daily. And I'm going to show you how I smashed this Bitcoin trade today. But we'll also look at the Bitcoin trade that I took a few days ago for the sells, entered another sell, both hit TP, and then took a buy, all called live. Today is November 5th. It is 10:30 in the morning. Let's get into it, guys. So as you can see, there is my chart. But before we go into that, just give me one little second. We're going to do this, okay, guys? This is what we're going to do. You will see a link to my dot card. And if you look at my dot, here it is, guys. Check out my dot card. There's my YouTube, X, Grams. If you need to get into a Discord server, there's the Pip Connect. My boy Andy Peters, Andy, Board Ape Solana Club, guys. This is where it's at. This is how you buy BASC. What up to my Bit Dogs and my Vtopians? Vtopia, guys, unreal. They're doing so much stuff in the space. And then if you do need a broker, there's Carbon Capital right there. Okay, there is that. So here's my X account. We're gonna save that for now, but we are gonna look at Discord real quick and just show you because I don't want to act like I want to show you real time. This is what we're talking about, and it's all posted. This is on the Bored Ape Solana Club post, right? So here is the Bitcoin sell, and you can see the time date is on the 25th of October. I'm calling out sales up here at the top, okay? And I called out another Bitcoin sales up here at the top, okay? You see this live? There are my live sales. And when I called out those sales up here at the red line, obviously we took those trades. I'm already calling out buys down here. Order block, buy zone. That red line is sitting at 67,126. Okay. That was posted on November the 1st at 7:56 p.m. Central Time, basically 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. All right. There it is. There is the live. Okay. And again, I did take another little trade in the meantime with a bear flag, and then there is the buy entry right there. And as you can see, when I did take this, I posted it from my phone. Um, there's the long entry right there. And of course, we all know that it hit and Bitcoin has gone through the roof. And I posted this as well on my X account and in my Discord. If it breaks this line, it's going to the moon. Okay, so we're gonna remember that. So let's look at how I figured that out. We're gonna start with the sell at the top. Stop. Okay, we are streaming, just making sure everything's good to go. Well, basically, guys, when it comes to the sell at the top, let's just change charts. And let's just hide, let's just delete this guy. Bingo. So if this is the top of all-time highs, and well, let's just put a little line right here on the top, right? That's all-time highs. Well, look what that is doing. Every time it reaches this 73 mark, it rejects. And so I just sold. I just said, you know what? It's at the top. Let's give it a risk. Because look, guys, if you sell right inside here somewhere, where's your stop loss? I mean, you have a really small stop loss, right? You put it just a few pips or a few whatever above that area. And then now you can start to target these other daily support resistance areas. So if you look, it's exactly what it did. It rejected the high and came all the way down to this daily support resistance area, which I have at 67, basically 69, 67, 900, right? So on a higher time frame, we're just seeing like, yo, look, it rejected, it come down to the next little level. That's it. It's a sell. Bingo. Super easy. That's why I called that sell out. Look on Twitter, look at that girl, Charlie B. I put it on her thing. I put it on my Twitter. I put it everywhere. There it is. Okay. So now we know where the sales came from. Let's look at the double down on the sell. So yesterday I was looking on the smaller time frames and I see what? Obviously we've been selling And maybe I even put the line actually like this, right? We've been selling. We're in a bullish move. Excuse me, bearish move, right? Pull back, bear, pull back. Well, guess what? Price was not in my zone yet. It did not clear my order block yet. Okay. So I thought, hey, this needs to come down one more time. So what do I see? I see a nice little trend line, a nice little bear flag, took that sell, and I just showed you a little while ago. I think I took the trade right there. Where's my stop loss? Above the last previous high. I did go into a bit of drawdown, but then I took that trade. There it was. Where's my take profit? Well, it's easy. If I'm going to enter a long right there, then that's where my take profit on the sell needs to be. So there's that winning trade right there. Again, posted live. That's how I figured it out. It's just knowing that I know where I want to buy, which is down here. And so why can't I take a sell to get there? Use a simple little trend line, bear flag. No big deal. Not rocket scientist. There we are. But let's really figure out this buy. Okay, this is what I want to really show you guys. As you can see, I've indicated I have a strong bottom. It's not a double bottom, but it's pretty damn close. Okay. Now, we saw the market, right, come up, come down, and retest this area. What happens after it retests this area right there? Well, it had a very strong push. Okay. So that tells me that this bottom is a very strong bottom. All right. There's a lot of people who put money in right there, and the market went to the moon after that. Okay. So this is where I start to base my overall trading. So what do I do? First thing first, right off the bat, I draw Fibonacci. All right. I use this bottom because that's the last place before the market took off. Okay. This is obviously the top. So we know that. That's super simple day one trading stuff. All right. So then I draw my buy zone between the 78.6 and the 88.6. This is where I live. Okay. This is where I take my trades because if I take a buy, let's just say at the 78.6, and I put my stop loss, I always use 10% on my initial stop loss, no matter what time frame. And I put my TP, let's just say, right at the 236, right? I already have, almost a 2-to-1 R to R. If I get really confident and I play on the 88.6, my R to R is now almost 2.5, 3-to-1. Oh, excuse me, it's going to be 3-to-1 if I move this up. 3-to-1. All right, there it is. You can see it live. This is the zone that I like to live in. ITC calls it a market imbalance. He has different zones than I have, but at the end of the day, you need to know your pair and you need to know how the market reacts. So, for example, US 30, NASDAQ, S&P 500, they like the 88.6. They retrace all the way down. So I don't necessarily enter trades on NASDAQ and US 30 on the 78.6, but we're talking about Bitcoin. All right, this is the zone I buy in. So guess what? Price now is in my zone. So let's just start with confluences, okay? This is what I do. In my mind, I don't always type them out, but I will today for you guys. All right, so then we have buy zone. All right, there's the first one. What do we have? We have this order block down here. As you can see, this is, let's just zoom in because I want to do a really good session on this one trade. How exactly I dialed in. All right, this is the last bit of candles, right? This is the last bit of candles before it went to the moon. Okay, this is then what I consider the order block. This is ITC stuff. This is his words, but maybe he does his a little bit different. That is the last little bit of candles for me. And again, I'll zoom in a little bit right here before the market took off. So I like to really get precise. This is the virgin sell candles. The price needs to come down here and hit this order block. It needs to come down here and take these candles out, right? So I have my fib zone, and now I have my order block. Okay, so now I'm getting like more confident, all right? So there's two things we got going for us. We got fib zones, and we got order blocks. So let's add to this. All right, fib zone, order block. Fib zone, order block. Okay, there we go. What's next? All right, guys. Fib zone, order block. Okay, I like to see that liquidity gets taken out. So when I see this nice double bottom here, right after my order block, and then it pumps off, I see there's a double bottom here. This got taken out, which is good. And then I see this here, and then it pushes off. All right. I'm like, if this got taken, it's and it's basically setting me a nice bottom here. I want price to swoop below this area and then buy off. Well, guess what? That just matches up exactly where my buy zone is. So again, now I'm having more confidence that the buy zone is in the perfect spot because it's just below where liquidity is. Liquidity, right? So there we go. Now I'm getting better. So we'll add this to the list. Liquidity taken out. Okay. Now what do we have? Let's just keep building. All right. Well, on the 1 hour time frame, I see that the RSI is oversold. But more importantly than that, if you guys always hear me talk about the 3 drive push, and this is really when it comes to turnarounds and using the RSI. So I have this first low, and if we look at the RSI, all right, where does this low? We'll put a vertical line there. This low right there. Look at how oversold that is on the RSI. Okay, so where's the second drive? Here is now the second leg. So the first one's here. The second one is oversold as well, and it's starting to be divergent. Okay, 1, 2, and you guys heard me say a million times 3. There is the third touch on the downward side. So now we have a trend line going this way, right? But we have 3 touches on the RSI. They're getting weaker. The third touch is right perfectly on the 30. It is divergent. So this is how you can look at. I really, really love to see 3 touch divergence. And there it is. So that is now divergent with the third touch. That's just letting me know, yo, this is time to flip. Okay, so let's add divergent. Okay, so as I'm sitting here on my charts, I've already seen the first touch, the second touch, and now the third touch comes right down into my zone. I'm good to go. But to honestly, I like to use limits. I'm a limit trader. Therefore, I've already had my buy limit in. All right. When it did 1, 2, I said if it comes down here and sweeps this, I'm in either ways. But if you're one of those people who like to take manual trades, that is your confirmation there. Third touch, RSI, below divergence, you are good to go. Okay, so then now what? At this point in time, we had all of this liquidity sitting up here on top, right? We have all of these candles sitting there. So now this gives us a target. I have a confidence that if it hits this zone, takes out my order block, 3 touch diversion, all the stuff we said before, that it's going to pump to at least the top of this area right there. All right. So that you could mark that as your TP1 if you wanted to. There's no wrong in that. Okay. And that might have been a good TP1 because it's starting to try to reject and perhaps it wants to hold this top. Okay. We don't know. I'm actually going long, long, long. Like, right, I want it to go all the way. So that's how I caught that entry right there. Is there anything else we can add? What was I thinking? Well, um, I think hindsight, you come back and look at the 4 hour chart, you see this long wick and push up, and then the very next wick, excuse me, came all the way back down and then closed in a doji. So that's not so much how I took the trade, but that's giving me confidence that I'm in the correct trade. All right. Let's just see if we can't come down a little bit smaller time frame because I had this red line marked off right there. I think that red line that I had marked off on the charts from earlier is just 50% of that order block. All right, I usually like to see 50% of the order block taken. So when you guys saw those charts earlier and I had that red line, it was just 50%. Again, we did go into some drawdown, but I mean, I mean, really, guys, I mean, a couple of dollars drawdowns is no big deal when you catch a sniper entry like that. So, I mean, I'm up over 5% right now. I haven't closed any partials. I'm gonna take my first TP up here at the red line at 73.7 is gonna be my first TP1. I'm gonna let this bitch go all the way. But so I mean that's pretty it, right? This is not a long video. This is just simply knowing that we're in with it. We have broken previous structure. Let's just go out a little bit to explain this. Actually, let's go to this chart. Same thing. That when we made this high over here at 73,000, we broke this right here. So that confirmed when it broke that previous high that we are now in a bull run. Okay. So now I have confidence to take maybe a little bit more aggressive buys. All right. This entire time here, we were in a bear run. Okay. We did not officially become into a bull run until just a few days ago when we broke that high. All right. So now we are in a bear run, but we should be able to see some sort of pullback because this is the three touches. Let me just delete and clear up. This is 1, 2, 3, now 4 touches up, and we are pretty far away from the trend line. So we should be able to see some sort of, good deep retracement before we pop off. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm not looking that far advanced. Again, I hunt liquidity. All right. So I'm more worried about where is the market now? Where is liquidity now? How are we going to catch a trade now? All right. It might take you 2 or 3 days for the trade to get to where you need to go to take your trade, but you get the idea. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a huge swing trader. I take these trades and get in and get out and do my deal. So that's how we did this, guys. So remember, divergent buy zone order block liquidity. We can even get crazier, right? Let's say we look at these fibs on the downside, wrong tool, and then we could say, okay, well, there's a Fibonacci right there, right, on this retracement. And look where the TP is, 61.8, which is exactly in the middle of my order block. I like that. Right, this is giving me confluences. Well, let's maybe look at this little Fibonacci. Well, 60 TP extensions right there. Well, let's just pull it down to here because that's really the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci really would be then push retracement. This would be the start of the new Fibonacci, and then push retracement, right? 78, 88.6. You could have taken another short right there and then push down. So then where's the TP there? 236. Where did the price hit? Right at it. So you've got multiple TP extensions on the sell side lining up with my buy side, which again, lining up with the order block and the divergence and all these things. You can say, man, that's a lot of confluences to buy up in that area. Now, I am a little bit concerned that this is kind of petered out and we are getting overbought on the RSI, which is right above this. So honestly, if you're this type of trader, you could be looking for a sell, and look, it hit the 78.6, right? I do see, I'm not taking the sell, okay? By all means, I'm not. But if I was taking the sell, this would be the opportunity right now to take it. We clearly have a fair value gap sitting inside here in the 1 hour. We could probably even come down a bit tighter and tighten up this fair value gap. Actually, I kind of like it. That's the proper placement because you have this buy candle here and on top of that buy candle. So that's a proper fair value gap. It price hit the bottom of that fair value, but you want to see that fair value get filled in. So I think we still have some more room to the upside to at least fill in this gap and then perhaps sell off. And then again, if we sell off, where are we going to sell off to? Let's just look. Well, this needs to get taken out. You've got some buys sitting in here, and then that wick pretty much closed in that fair value gap there. So I think that if this does sell off, we could probably see the top here at 68, 167, or maybe just a little bit deeper to the 67, 800 mark, and then it flies back off. So I'm already going to buy below that, so I'm not really worried if it retraces to here and goes. That's all good. I'm not going to get too cocky and start taking sells and buys at the same time, whatever. I'm just going to be my buys. That's good. I don't need to overtrade. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please hit me up. Please follow me on X. Please follow me on YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, please let me know. Remember, guys, I don't charge money for any of this stuff. It's all free of charge. I just do it for the love of the game. All right, guys? So, yeah, let's go. Thank you for watching. Let's go to start recording, stop streaming.